Hey there, and how's it going, Whitby? Can you believe that we just finished the last full week of March? I'm talking in a few days, people, we're going to be a quarter of the way through this year. We know what happened kind of over the March break. First week back, did the market pick back up in Whitby? What's been going on the last 7 days? You're going to have to stay tuned with me to find out. Hey everybody, Rob Marsiglio here. Happy to be back with another weekly Whitby wrap-up covering all things Whitby real estate. We're going to go over all the same stats as last week, plus a little bit of bonus content at the end of this video about some condo news in town. So before we get into all the stats, I'd ask that you please subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the content. Like the video if you like these weekly Whitby wrap-ups, and make sure to share with friends that are thinking about moving into the area. Just reach out if you have any questions specifically about your home and your property. Each neighborhood's a little different. We give just a big overview each week just to see kind of how things are trending up or down. So again, we're going to cover the detached homes, the semi-detached homes, townhomes, and lastly, we'll wrap up with condos, going through all the same numbers as last week. So to start, let's look at what detached homes we're doing in Whitby for the week of March 20th to 26th, 2022. It's a lot of 20s that just happened there in that sentence. So detached homes, we saw 73 listings compared to 55 last week. So that is an increase of 33%. We also saw 29 sold properties, up from 26 the week before, and that's an 11% increase. The median sale price was $1,299,000. The week before it was $1,322,500. So it's down 1.8% roughly week to week. And again, as I said in last week's video, we've been kind of seeing those numbers come down. I guess look forward to next week. Sales are always the lagging measure in real estate. Listings are kind of happening now. The sales numbers are a result of kind of how many listings came up the week before, how much inventory are we going through. So we'll see what those sales numbers do, considering the fact that, listings did go back up this past week. We talked about sold to ask ratio last time. So what that means is what value or what percentage of the listing price did a property sell for? So for last week in the detached segment, properties were selling for roughly 126% of asking. So the properties that were selling again are selling well above asking. We did see a couple actually sell below, a couple at, but the majority are selling above the asking price. And again, our median days on market was 6. So what that tells me is, again, usually from a listing agent's perspective, if you're doing this holding on offer night strategy, you're going to keep that property up for at least the weekend. Usually it's that 6-7 day mark. Get some good groups through. Everybody brings their offers at one time. So that's kind of what happened in the detached market. Let's look at the semis. Not as much activity in the semis. There's not as many semi-detached homes in Whitby as there are detached homes and townhomes for that matter. But so we had 4 new listings. That was down from 6 the week before, so that's down 33%. Solds, we still had 3 solds this past week. That's no change from last week. There was also 3 the week before. What about the price? $1,045,000, which is down 0.5%. Again, getting into these price dips when you have that small of a sample size, it's not really maybe telling us too much. I like to just give you that info anyways, just so you have it. Now you're equipped with it. Why not? What about that sold to ask number again? So semi-detached homes sold for 109% of asking on average. So again, quick example, you're listed at $1 million, you're going to sell for $1,009,000. And days on market, it was really quick last week. I don't know if you remember, it was only 2 days that they were sitting there for. Again, only 3 sales, so maybe not too big of a sample size. But the ones that sold this week, the median days on market were actually 7. Let's wrap up our freehold properties with townhomes. So we saw 28 new listings. That's up from 15 the week before, and that represents an 87% increase in inventory in the townhome side of things. Solds were actually down though, and again, like I said, lagging indicator. Watch for those sales numbers next week to be up kind of, roughly the same amount of listings. It's going to be up 87% next week, but definitely expect them to be up. That being said, they were down 30% week over week. And the average sale price, this is the only segment in the freehold side that we actually saw the average price point creep up. for the week of March break to the week after March break. So it's up to, like I said, 1,015,000. That's a 0.7%, so not too much from a 1,007,500 the week before. Sold to ask ratio here was 113%, and days on market, median days on market was 4. So townhomes in Whitby are a hot commodity. I know I said it last week. I still do feel it's a good time if you want to try to get the most out of that townhome to list. That's one thing that I will keep harping on. On the condo side, so not much activity, but a kind of cool thing of note is we did see 13 new listings on the condo side last week. That's kind of the most in any week for the past 12 months. So listings are up. Sales, we only saw one sale. I'm not going to get too into the details of that because, again, small sample size. But we will keep our eyes next week to see, did the sales go up in relation to the new listings we had? And will we have a sale record for condos in Whitby next week? Now, I know I said there was a bonus, and that is some exciting news for downtown Whitby. Just south of Dundas Street at Brock and Colburn, there's a new development that has officially broken ground. So you've probably been hearing a lot about it in the news recently as is, but officially, and here's the article for you, ground has been broken on station number 3 condo. So you can see here it's a 6-story multi-use development being built by Brookfield Residential. It's going to be 160 residential units and 9,500 square feet of commercial space. And this is the biggest development in Whitby over the past 30 years. So very exciting things coming for downtown Whitby. I know it's a great place as it is already, but they're kind of framing this as a nice rejuvenation project for the downtown area too. I think it's awesome. We're going to show this great town off to new buyers coming in, all that good stuff. So that is my wrap for this week, the week of March 20th to the 26th, 2022. If you have any questions about the numbers I went over, my info is always down in the description of these videos. Please, again, like this, share it with a friend who you know is going to be looking to buy in Whitby, looking to maybe sell in Whitby. I just want them to have this information to be empowered. And again, please consider subscribing to the channel. Lots of cool content coming out on a weekly basis, and I'm looking forward to educating you all on all things real estate. So that's it for another week. Signing off here. Have an amazing rest of your week, and we'll see you in a few days. Cheers.